Welcome to Fear Babes Podcast, a podcast made for Fear Fam members by Fear Fam members.
We would like to remind you that Fear Babes Podcast is not affiliated with the Project Fear crew in any way.
Everything we discuss on this podcast is strictly our own opinions.
My name is Madeline.
My name is Burgundy.
My name is Jamie.
And we are the Fear Babes.
Welcome back, everybody, to Fear Babes Podcast.
Last week, we got to talk about the first part of Chelsea's pick, which was Old Hospital on College Hill, where everyone got to investigate, and most importantly, Alex got to investigate alone.
This week, we will be discussing the second half of Chelsea's episode where the crew separated and slept alone. And it was a wild one for sure.
All right, so shall we get into our overall thoughts, our general thoughts and opinions?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so first of all, this is all I have to say. Ready? Good thing I took my heart meds today. However, I think Project Fear is the thing that overrides my heart meds. Because what the fuck? That episode was insane. My heart was beating so fast. That's pretty much my general thoughts. Jay, yours?
I will continue to sound like a broken record. I just am really enjoying this new era of Fear. I think they're doing it really well. Everything is so well edited, and the evidence that they're getting is just so freaking phenomenal. I am having an absolute blast getting to watch it and just see everybody be themselves.
I agree with you 100%. 112%.
125?
179.
253.
369.
What the fuck?
All right, Matt, what about you?
Well, my overall thoughts about the episode, it was crazy from start to finish, but as per usual, when isn't it? But I'm going into this by saying that it was kind of, I don't want to sound like a weenie, but it was kind of hard to see.
Uh-oh.
Madeline's voice got cut off because I think she was about to say something nice about Dakota, and it was very out of character, and it couldn't possibly happen.
It's her karma.
The universe was like, yeah, not today,
nice.
bitch.
She's being nice to Dakota for once? What?
Unheard of. Who is she?
The universe was literally, wow, I can't talk. Literally, like, no, you can't do that. Cuts her off.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we said that it cut you off because you were going to be nice to Dakota, and that's not allowed because it's out of character for you. So
yeah, the universe was not letting it happen.
Yeah, so I will be nice to Dakota this week.
He kind of deserves it this time.
I mean, I don't know. Like, I felt actually kind of bad, about it. And it was just it made me so sad to see how stressed he was. And I don't know. I felt for him, and it made me so sad. So
it was like,
I kind of cried a little.
The general idea, it was funny when all you knew was, yeah, Chelsea locked Dakota in the body cooler. Haha, that's funny. But actually watching it was a whole different story.
Yeah.
Like, it was funny at first, but then it got real unfunny real fast.
Yeah. Like,
and then it was like, ooh, this is not.
I put myself in the position of like how I would feel, and I don't know why they didn't just leave the fucking thing open. But like, that stressed me out because me being me, I'm also claustrophobic, and I also am just thinking about all the dead bodies, mind you, that had bodily fluids and all this other kind of shit. That scares me. And like the thoughts that that shit wasn't properly cleaned. My mind was running, man.
Well, and then the part where he turned his flashlight on, he's like, there's literally spider webs above my head.
Oh, no.
Disgusting.
I would have just panicked right then and there. Like you were already panicking, but that would have been the end of it for me.
Yeah.
I'd rather not see that than see that. I'm curious, honestly, if Connor edited Dakota's sleeping alone or if Dak did, because I would be curious to know if Dakota had to watch that back, if it brought up any of those feels again.
Yeah, I know.
Probably. Shit.
Yeah. Rough. That was rough. Like, I don't know if you guys saw on Twitter, but Don was literally freaking out. Like, he was like teary-eyed and like wigging out, and he's like, I don't know if I can watch this. And he was like dead serious, having an actual reaction. Like, it wasn't even being funny.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where you have known someone for so long. Well, not know, but you know someone. And to see them in distress like that, you kind of take it personal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And
it definitely tugs at your heartstrings and your feels,
like,
for sure.
Me being me, I'm so empathic that, I just wanted to go in and save him.
Mm-hmm.
It's just funny how like my tune is changing, where I'm like, I felt like I needed to save him. Where typically I'm like, haha.
You fucking weenie. Yeah, no. He's not
Yeah.
he's not a weenie anymore. You're a strong weenie, Dak.
I mean, like, it's all for fun and jokes and stuff, but I don't actually think he's a weenie. You know,
we just mess with him.
It takes a lot of courage for all of them to go into these places.
Exactly. I mean, I can tell you right now, I probably definitely, I just would not be as brave as they are.
Like, I say all these things, and I'm like, he's a weenie. It's just to be, like, an asshole, because you wouldn't catch me doing that shit.
Mm-mm.
So, I'm a bigger weenie. How about that? Bergie, what was your favorite evidence from this episode?
When Dakota, what was the part when, clearly Dakota's in the body cooler. We all get that part, right? When he said that, the Ovulus said, there was the time when he said he thought he was going to pass out, and the Ovulus said pass. That was pretty cool. Just like evidence. I mean, not cool for Dakota. It was really creepy. Mm-hmm. But evidence-wise, I don't know. I just, like I've said before, I love the fucking Ovulus. It always comes through. There was one before that, though. What did Dakota say when it said afterlife? Is that what it said?
Afterlife, yeah.
That was insane. Mm-hmm. But what did Dakota say for it to say that? That's what I'm trying to remember.
Oh, that I don't know.
I have it somewhere in my fucking notes, but I am chaotic as shit right now. I mean, he said, "You want me to leave the cooler?" And it said, "No." That was pretty creepy.
That was legitness.
Oh, you know which one was good? When Dak said, he said, "Were you someone that was in this cooler?" And it said last.
Yeah.
That was going to be mine.
Oh, sorry. You can say it too.
No, you're good.
Madeline, what's your favorite evidence?
What's my favorite evidence? I'm going to tell you. All right. So when Alex was down in the basement and he took a picture, and on that picture there was like an orb looking thing, but I wasn't 100% sure that that's what it was. Still really don't know. But Alex said, he asked the question, "Are you the person I caught in this picture?" And the flashlight turned on.
I know.
That was spooky.
Yeah, the flashlight shit was like, whoa.
It was such an intelligent response. That's the word I was looking for earlier, that my brain just couldn't compute. It was going beep boop, beep boop, and then it was like, like, you know how like a 90s computer sounded? That's what my brain was doing. So anyway, the responses were so intelligent with the flashlight. Like, I really enjoyed that part of the episode a lot. So obviously that's why that was my favorite evidence from Alex. So cool. Jamie, what was your favorite evidence?
Well, since Boogie said my original, I'll say another one that I really like because it was great. I love you. You don't have to apologize to me. I got really creeped out when Tanner was just kind of sitting there and he heard the footsteps and he was saying that it was getting louder, like it was coming toward him. It sounded like he was getting rushed to me.
It did kind of sound like that, actually.
Like
I
in the
thought so, too.
beginning, it sounded like running. It was freaking terrifying. I wouldn't want to be on the other side of that.
No, definitely not.
While we're on that topic, though, can we just talk about, like, I don't know if it's Connor or Dakota doing this, and Connor or Dakota, if you listen to this podcast, please fully pay attention to this part. Who the fuck keeps zooming in menacingly?
Who's standing there menacingly?
I was like the part when Tanner was listening to the EVP and it just zooms in on the door, I was expecting something to pop out.
Me
and
too.
It didn't. And I was scared and it freaked me out. And I was like, why are we zooming in menacingly for no reason?
Yeah. I mean, I was expecting the same thing because remember when they went to Sweet Springs and then they caught that thing?
When the door closed and like the lead
When the
up
door
to
closed. Yeah.
when they were
Okay,
leading
yeah.
up to the door closing, they kept zooming in menacingly.
Yes.
Connor and Dakota. So I was anticipating that to happen again, and it didn't, and it freaked me out.
Yes, exactly.
Stop zooming in menacingly.
I was like, what was it? I don't even know. Like, my brain is just like mush.
Are you sleeping loopy today?
Yeah, I woke up in a different universe. I slept so hard.
So jealous.
Like, what's going on?
Hey, Mads, tell us your favorite moment from this week's episode.
I thought it was really cool when Tanner was using the spirit box and he asked the question, do you remember us? And it said Schrader.
Oh, yeah.
That was my favorite moment because I was like, whoa, that's a little bit scary. Because,
a little bit scary.
you know, like it said his last name directly. And that's like, I don't know, definitely not around here. It's not a common last name. So it's not a coincidence. That's for damn sure.
My thing with that is the fact that if they introduced themselves or if they talk to each other while in that location, they're not saying last names.
You have a point, Jamie. How did they know his last name? Dude, that actually makes it creepier if you think about it.
Yeah, it's terrifying.
I don't like that, actually. I'm just like sitting here thinking about I don't like that at all. Okay, I think my favorite moment, and it's gonna sound kind of mean, but it was because it was so evil of them, was when Alex and Chelsea joined forces to be like, you know what? Dakota's gonna sleep in the body cooler. Because that was just pure evil.
It was.
The dark sides came out.
Karma?
Karma?
Has she arrived?
Who's Karma? This bitch. That's who.
Mom.
Mom?
My mom?
You lied to me? My whole life? All right, Jay, do you want to tell us your favorite moment from this week's episode?
So my favorite moment was when Chelsea was sitting alone on the second floor and she's just hanging out, just doing her thing. She's so calm, casual, collected. And then boom, freaking head in front of the window down the hallway. You gotta be freaking kidding.
I probably would have pissed myself if I was her.
Yeah, hell no.
That, no thanks. Once I start seeing actual people that aren't really there, I'm done.
Yeah, it was no fun. It's terrible. So, m'ladies.
M'ladies, I love that. It's cute.
M'ladies. What were your honorable mentions? Because mine was the fact that Alex was like, I hear screaming, and then saved the fucking day.
It took him a minute, though. It did take him a second.
Yeah, because you just hear screaming, you're like, I'm in a haunted building.
Could be anything.
Yeah, and they're like, oh wait, I have a friend in a body cooler. Fuck. Terrifying. He's the MVP of the episode.
He is the MVP of the episode.
What about you, Boogie?
One of them? Well, it's kind of actually a few repeated moments, but like Dakota kept hearing like banging sounds on the outside of the body cooler. And I think by about, the third time that it happened, I forgot how to breathe. So
Yeah.
a commercial came on and I was like, oh, thank God, because I was not breathing for him. Because I was freaked out. So there's that. Mads, you got any good ones to lay on us?
I do.
when Alex said, "Do you want me to leave?" and the flashlight turns on, pretty much meaning yes.
The whole flashlight thing in general was just kind of whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was great.
And just whoa. Like, my mind was blown. I was like, what? What? Also, how, like, speaking of that, how was Alex so calm during that?
I don't know.
Like, homie, the moment that flashlight turned on, I would have been running.
Mm-hmm.
Either one,
too.
either flashlight, I would have just booked it down the hall. Like, fuck it, I'm out of here, bro. And he just sat there so calmly and just kept asking more questions. Like, what? Are you okay, sir?
That was actually going to be
Another
part of my next honorable mention, because I think that they were all very calm about all the crazy shit going on. And it was like, man, like, looking back on the first episode of Destination Fear, like, they've just come so far.
They've grown a lot.
Yeah, like, just investigating, and I think they've just freaking perfected it.
Good points. Very good points. Another one I had is kind of mean. I feel like we already touched base on the fact that we felt very bad for Dakota in the body cooler. But it's an honorable mention because Alex was a fucking asshole and Walkie scared Dakota, and he knew what he was doing. He 100% knew what he was doing, you little jerk. You fucking weenie. Alex is the weenie of this episode. You fucking weenie.
It's really funny because I'm pretty sure like 5 minutes ago I was like, yeah, Alex is the MVP.
Well, now he's a weenie. We changed our minds.
God.
Our minds have been changed.
What'd you have to do that for, Alex? God.
Yeah, asshole. Asshole Alex.
Coming in hot. Matt's coming in hot.
Just like silence from Mads and then
Yeah.
Mads can't think of any others right now. You know what was funny? When Chelsea and Tanner came together because Chelsea saw the head in the doorway, and then Tanner's like, "Ooh, we should do the Estes method right now," and Chelsea's like, only if you're going under the headphones." And Tanner's like, "Well, you're lucky that it's your location and not mine, because it would be the other way around."
That was hilarious. I loved that.
Clearly, sir, this is how this works. This is how you guys have set this up. Like, you should know better.
Yeah. And what was the, oh man, I can't remember what they said. They had those two just like really freaking weird responses. It was awesome.
Oh, on the Estes?
Yeah.
One of them I wrote down, Chelsea said, I think she said, "Are you a patient here, or who are you?" And Tanner's like, "Victim."
That was spooky.
I was like, oh, okay.
They said that like when was it? I can't remember which it was. The Ovilus or the, what's it called?
The PS device.
The PS. When it said Schrader, I literally had goosebumps.
Oh, that was actually the SB7.
Oh, okay.
Box. Mm-hmm.
Oh, it was. Okay. I don't know where my brain is. It's 12:03 a.m.
It's late at night.
But like, I had chills in my face. Like, it got me.
You know, this is the first time in a long time that I've actually gotten actual goosebumps while watching. Like, I was like shiver, like cold. I'm like, all the hair on my arms was standing up. I'm like, oh, this is creepy.
Yeah. Yeah.
I would like to also point out once again, the fucking music is hella creepy. And I want Connor and Dakota to know that my dad and my mom were like, they've really stepped up their game with the music in Project Fear. So, round of applause to you.
It's Litty Titty Bros.
It's Litty Titty Bros.
Can that be my new catchphrase?
Sure. Jamie Lee McGoofy Stupid, your new catchphrase is, take it away, Jay, give us your new catchphrase.
Litty Titty Bros.
Litty Titty Bros. Oh, what was that thing that Alex caught in that photo? Do we think that was something? Do we think he had something there?
Hell yeah, absolutely.
When he was taking those photos, I was like, it's going to be like an us in the tunnel at Penhurst situation. Like, something's going to pop up.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, yeah, something's going to pop up right about now.
Well, I actually thought about that too, because as they're recording the video, you could see that it's clear. Like, when it is dusty, you can see it, especially in like the night vision. And there was nothing that you could have mistaken that for, you know? I had a couple pictures that I got in the Mayflower that there were things in it. And you can differentiate between, like, what was dust and what wasn't.
Yeah.
That wasn't dust.
Not
at least
all.
in my opinion.
I don't think it was either.
Yeah.
The way it was, like, more concentrated at the bottom than it was at the top.
Yeah. Consistency.
You know what else is an honorable mention that I just thought of? When they take Dakota to the body cooler to put him in there for the night. Mm-hmm. It sounds so messed up. And they open it, and Chelsea's like, oh my gosh, this is so messed up. And Dakota's like, yeah, it is. And then they proceed to shove him in there anyways.
You're gonna shove your brother into a body cooler? What is wrong with you?
I still think that they should not have shut that.
Closed it. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
No.
That'd be the part where I'd have to tap out.
Oh god, yeah.
I'd be like, I can't do this. Sorry. So that, I think now would be a good time to talk about how brave Dakota actually was for even going through with that.
Virtual high five, Dakota!
Like he said, what'd they say? He spent 3 hours in the body cooler?
Yeah, screw that.
So I do want to also mention that my parents, after watching that episode, they have said that hashtag shitty brother, it has officially been retired. That is no longer a thing.
Nice.
Because Dakota's definitely, at this point, made up for that. So, no longer hashtag shitty brother. Dawn said, you know what? It might be hashtag shithead sister at this point.
Oh. Chelsea! Oh no!
Oh no, Chelsea!
I mean,
I love you, but it's funny.
To be fair, so he's claustrophobic, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she put him in a teeny tiny closed space, and it's haunted, and it was hot. I mean, like, yeah, he sent her to a dungeon, but, like, I feel like what she did was worse.
It kind of was. It's like one thing to be like, you're sleeping in the body cooler, but like you just said a few minutes ago, it's another thing to close the fucking door.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that was rough.
That's a whole different ball game.
And then the door below him, when it opened, right before they walked away, and then they closed it again, my mom was like, if that thing opens again, I would literally shit myself. Like, I don't even care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To be fair, when that did happen, like, they showed him kicking inside, so, like...
He probably kicked it open.
Yeah, it was kind of propped open to begin with.
Yeah.
And Dakota's flailing did not help the situation.
Yeah.
I was waiting for him to take that hoodie off. I'm sitting there watching and I'm sweating for him.
Well, he did say he tried.
Did he? I missed that part if he did say
I did
that. Because I was also thinking the same thing. I was like, he should probably take that hoodie off. But also at the same time, I was like, he's pretty cramped in there. It's probably difficult to do that.
Mm-hmm.
He said he tried, but it's a very small space.
Yeah, I could see that for sure.
No thanks.
Okay, well, anybody else have anything else we should talk about?
Dakota being stuck and nobody answering their phones.
Oh, yeah.
As Alex is taking pictures on his phone. Yeah.
Right.
How are you not seeing that Dakota's calling you right now, Alex?
You had it in your hands, dog. Oh my god.
If that was the point that Tanner and Chelsea were doing the Estes method, like if the timelines were 100% lined up right there, I could see why neither of them would be answering their phone. Yeah. Like paying attention to it. I don't know. They probably have them on vibrate or silent at the very least so that it doesn't ruin any audio. But I'm just going to let everybody that's listening know Madeline is having some technical difficulties this evening. And she said that if your phone is on Do Not Disturb and you call a second time, it should still go through and notify the person.
Oh my god, is that a duck?
No.
No.
I found the duck this time.
Me too.
My mom found the duck this time and last time, and I'm like, what the fuck? I'm just duck blind, guys. I don't know. It's just not my talent.
I was so excited that I finally found one.
I'm proud of you. I'm proud that you found one.
Should I tell you where this one was?
No, I know where it is because my mom saw it. She said, look, it's the duck. And I said, where? And she said, right there. And I was like, cool. And then Dawn was like, oh, I see it too. And I was like, mm-hmm. There it is.
Go, Mom. Go, Mom.
Go, Mom. Go, Mom.
Oh, yeah.
It's not your birthday, but you found the duck anyway. Hey. Anyways, All right, babes, I would like to introduce our first ever special guest, Rachel. Welcome, Rachel, to the chaos that is Fear Babes podcast.
Thank you guys so much for having me. I'm so excited.
We're excited to have you.
So excited.
The most excited.
Okay, Rachel, what do you want to tell us about first? Your favorite evidence or your favorite moment?
Ooh. Okay. So my favorite moment of this week's episode was I found it absolutely hilarious. So Dak was in the body cooler, right? And he's using, I want to say it was the PS device or whatever, to get words. I don't know if you guys noticed this, but whenever he'd get a word, he'd be like, oh, I got this word, and then try to show it to the camera, and he was always off every single time. And I kind of felt bad for him, but also I was like, you know what? That tracks with him.
That is such a Dakota thing.
Yeah, they totally could have edited it out, but they just wanted Dakota to look dumb like that.
I mean, sometimes he deserves it.
Facts.
Madeline, how dare you?
Not Rachel coming in here and taking Mad's job.
She'd be taking all of our jobs, dude. She fucking just came in here like, I'm part of this now. Here you are.
Yeah, literally, time to
Fear
clock
Babe.
out.
I came in like a wrecking ball.
Pushes us all out. She's just the fear babe.
It's like all of a sudden all of our computers start glitching. It's like, what happened? And then Rachel's like, I am it now. Here we go.
She girl boss too hard.
Just takes over.
So, Rachel, what was your favorite evidence?
My favorite evidence, I guess my favorite evidence situation was when Alex was using the flashlights. Because it was, it's not like a huge fancy device, but you just had 2 flashlights and he's like, hey, do this for yes, do this for no. And it was like pretty legit answers he was getting, it seemed like.
Yeah, that part was actually really cool.
Yeah, it was awesome. Loved it.
It's very fascinating being able to communicate with a spirit that way and asking a question, and then next thing you know, there's the flashlight. It's turning on. It's turning off. It was true responses to the questions. That's so cool.
So I will tell you guys that part, like I've mentioned before, my dad, he's super fucking skeptic, but he was like, the first time the flashlight came on, he was like, what the fuck? And I was like, yeah, explain that, Don. And he's like, I don't know if I can. And I was like, exactly. Now you're a believer, which he's not. We had the conversation, but Alex tried. We all tried. It's not working. Rachel, do you have any questions you want to ask us?
Oh, fuck. I should have prepared better.
Oh, guess what? She's not taking over anymore. We got it. Reeled it back in.
This was the plan the whole time.
To be fair, we probably should have given her a heads up on that. But we did think about it 5 minutes ago.
I'm just putting you on the spot now. This is your audition. No, I'm just kidding.
I probably should have showered first. Thanks, Berg, for telling me it wasn't a video.
Oh, God.
Oh, sorry. I have
That's
bad
hilarious.
communication skills, apparently.
Okay, I do have a question. Have you guys, I believe, have you guys been to West Virginia, anywhere near Old College on Hospital Hill? Any stories or experiences from there?
No. I don't even think I've ever been in the state of West Virginia. For any reason.
Yeah, same. I've never been to West Virginia, but it's actually really close to me. So I was actually having a discussion with Sheena a couple nights ago. She's going to Sweet Springs, and I'm so tempted to go.
Don't
It's
do
only
it.
4 hours. It's 4 hours for me, so I'm kind of tempted to just kind of see what it's about. But
That's all I have to say to that.
I would like to go to the old hospital on College Hill, though.
Yeah, that would be a cool place to visit.
I
For
think
sure.
it'd be really cool. Yeah. Have you ever been, Rachel?
Oh no.
Oh, no. Okay, good. I'm glad we're all on the same page. I would go with you guys, but I would go nowhere near that body cooler because I feel like Mads would push me in and shut the door and run.
No, I actually would not.
Let her sleep first, and it's fine.
That's true.
True,
Let me sleep
true.
first.
If it's sleeping bitchy, if sleeping bitchy's with us, she'll do that.
Yeah, sleeping bitchy can be just, bitchy. I don't know
Bitchy,
what-
yeah.
It's funny because, we hype it up and we're acting like that it's this whole big thing, but it's really not. I'm just I just don't talk and I'm just big angry.
It's like me when I don't eat.
Yeah.
Hangry, slangry, same thing.
Yeah.
Same response.
You don't want to fuck with either of us. Scary sight. Imagine sleeping bitchy and hangry bitch together.
Oh, shit.
That's how the world ends.
Do I have a thing? I'm just bitchy all the time. That's my thing.
I mean,
No. I don't know.
Rachel, you heard it here first. They both think I'm a bitch.
No, I'm trying to think of something that we could actually say.
kidding.
Because we covered the two things that would make people the angriest, and it's not having sleep and not having food.
Not getting laid would do it for me.
I was just gonna say, not having.
what?
This this took a turn.
What the
Yeah.
fuck?
Vitamin
I was
D is
literally
really
thinking that,
important.
and I'm like, you know what? I don't want to be that guest.
Oh, my.
Be
Man.
that guest,
Wow.
baby.
Fuck.
The only thing you'll do is fit in.
See, I'm married, so it's okay if I say it.
Oh, my.
Sorry,
Take
Dad. Like, Mom, she won't care, but Dad,
Wait.
he's gonna
You
cringe a little after that.
You guys
Dad?
have dads?
What's a dad? Oh God.
Yeah, sister. Oh, shit. Boogie had a dream.
It was a rated PG
Love that.
dream. It was not even. I don't even know if it was probably
Oh.
just rated E for everyone. Literally, in my dream, him and I was sitting on a couch and we were having a conversation.
Boring.
Yeah, because one of my friends in my dream actually showed up and he was like, "Well, we'll have to finish this conversation later." And then I woke up. So, but our friendship got stronger, as if actually a friend of mine. He's
Good.
not, but in the dream he was. He was like, "We're such good friends."
Oh, I
was
call
like,
all the people
"Aw."
my friends. I just pretend.
Yeah. It just feels better that way to pretend. We're all friends.
We're all friends.
You've got
Sorry.
a friend in me.
I dissociated for a second.
We gathered that.
Welcome back.
You've got a friend in me. Q's Toy Story.
Q's Toy Story. I love Toy Story. What do y'all think?
Me too. Q,
What
Toy
friend do you
Story.
think is in him?
What the fuck?
I was trying to think of a clever name for a dildo and I couldn't.
I went back and forth for a solid minute there thinking, should I say that?
Yes. You absolutely should.
I'm so
Yeah.
glad you said it.
I'm not.
Well, Buzz Lightyear's a good name.
Oh!
Oh my god!
Mom's
Oh my
version of
God.
Toy Story. You
Oh shit!
just hear in the background.
Oh, no.
Be right back. Let me just
Yeah.
open my door right now.
It's getting a little hot in here. I'm getting sweaty. Like Dakota and the body cooler, but for different reasons.
I got
Oh my
pinged,
god!
but for different reasons.
It's for different
For
reasons.
different reasons. It's for Buzz Lightyear. Just circle it
Right.
back around. We just add in weird jokes to make it be relative to Project Fear somehow, even though it's totally not. There's nothing going on there.
Literally, that's kind of how it is. It's kind of funny. Like butthole antenna. What even was that? Like,
Yeah, the
That-
only reason I was happy with that bit is when I said that it would bounce off the walls, slap the dog in the ass, and then head back in. Honestly, I was really proud of that one.
That was pretty
yeah.
funny shit. Oh, and then fucking Joe's mating call. That has nothing to do with Project Fear.
I mean, it can.
I just thought of a question to ask Rachel. Rachel, how did you start watching Destination Fear?
Oh gosh. Okay. Buckle up because it's a story.
Ooh,
I
I like stories.
Long ago, in a land far away for you guys, Wisconsin. It was my sophomore year of high school, and a friend of mine sent me this YouTube video. He's like, "Hey, this is a really funny YouTube video. I think you'd like it." And it was short film ZZ123. It was their awkward interviews in Target, where I think it's Dakota and Connor are in Target asking all these random people questions and just talking to them, being awkward. It was the funniest fucking thing I've ever seen in my whole life, and I've just followed them ever since.
Whoa.
Oh, yeah.
I love
That
that
is-
actually.
Yeah. That's quite the way to get introduced to
Yeah.
them.
And don't get me wrong, I love like the paranormal aspect of it, but like I just love, especially now that they're not with the network, how their personalities and humor comes through, especially since that's how I initially found them.
I love that so much, actually. And also, I do agree with you with the fact that it's cool that they get to just be their normal, goofy selves now. Enjoy it a whole lot more this way.
Mm-hmm.
No restrictions.
No restrictions, no rules, no parents telling them what to do. I'm just kidding.
No people trying to take over.
No freaking
Right.
Kevin Spacey, like, trying to be all creepy from the sidelines.
Dude, fuck Kevin Spacey. Okay.
Fuck
Like,
Kevin
honestly,
Spacey.
he's so weird.
Sorry, I love that little dig that Dakota had towards him when he's like, they're like, "Oh, you're the best out of all of us," and he's like, "Trained by the worst." Like, oh, okay.
That part was great.
That was hilarious.
Yeah, I was like, I asked my parents, I was like, did you catch that? And like, Dawn, he's like, yeah, that was funny. And Mom's like, what? And I'm like, did you catch what Dakota just said? And she was like, oh! And I was like, yeah.
Damn it, Mom.
It's so deserved, though. I mean, it's after I have seen how Kevin Spacey has reacted to everything and how he's chosen to take the shitty person route instead of being like, you know, oh, well, there must have been miscommunication, or, you know, instead of being the better person, because, you know, he is 20 years Dakota's senior, and being the adult, he decided to obsess over all this stuff. I mean, like, this whole, I don't know, it's just weird. He's so fucking weird.
My thought, too, is what kind of mentor are you if you can't actually mentor people? Like, isn't the whole goal of being a mentor is to, like, train the next round of whoever to be better than you? And then you can't be proud of them? Like, what is that? What is that?
Yeah.
Garbage. That's garbage.
He doesn't want to see anyone but himself succeed, and it's shitty, man. So shitty.
Him not realizing that Fear Fam is thriving off his negativity.
Literally.
Embarrassing.
Just feed it to us, guy. Give us more. Give us
But
more
you know what's-
content, more ammo.
You know what's funny, though? And I don't even know if Rachel knows this. I had made a tweet last week, okay? I did not use his name. I did not, you know, I'm not going to go out and intentionally at someone or harass them. But I'm not going to go and do all that. So he still ended up finding my tweet and blocking me. So he's in this enough to know what Kevin Spacey needs. That's how how fucking deep he's in.
Harvest
kinda-
those views.
I'm not gonna say much else because I don't want people to take what we say as gospel truth. Like we said in our intro, these are strictly our own opinions, but yeah, we'll just leave it there.
Oh,
And Jamie
I got a
Foxx-
question for you guys now. Are you guys planning on going to any normal cons in the near future?
This, my friend, is a loaded question.
Yeah.
Because the answer is yes, no, maybe, probably not, could be, we don't know.
Yeah, we've been talking
We've been-
about this a lot.
Pretty much actually has been the topic of our conversation this whole week because after Pennhurst, we were like, fuck yeah, let's go to Jersey this year. Which is funny because, you know, like last year after Jersey, we were like, we're never doing Jersey again. So we were all ready, locked and loaded to plan on doing that. And then life happens, as it does. And so it's kind of it's a financial question mark at the moment.
Yeah, it's up in the air.
If we go to one the rest of this year, it'll be Jersey. But at this point in time, at this very second, 9:29 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, July 14th, 2023, chances are slim to none.
The thing was, and I'll just go off and say this, is that we had planned, this is a big year for me. Like, my mom got married, my best friend's getting married, that includes bachelorette trips, all the financial stuff that goes into being a part of a wedding. And then I have a big vacation coming up where I go on a cruise, a bunch of weekend vacations. And I had only planned to do Pinehurst because I was like, well, fuck Jersey. Because we had gone back and forth about Michigan for a while, but we ultimately decided against it because it would be a little bit more expensive than we wanted. So, because of how it's so difficult to get where the convention is, we would have to fly in, rent a car, drive all the way out there, and then, pay for the hotel, yada, yada, whatever. And the flights are stupid expensive. So we were like, okay, well, we'll do Pinehurst. Like, Pinehurst came about, and we're like, fuck yeah, this is going to work for us.
Real fast. Pinehurst is fairly close to Jamie because she lives in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
And it was drivable for Madeline, so it was easy for me to fly to Madeline and we could drive up together.
Yeah.
So it was just kind of a more convenient than Michigan type of situation.
Yeah, it was more convenient in that aspect. And then the reason why we're so not into the whole Jersey thing is because of how the convention went last year. I was not a fan. None of us were really a fan of how it went. It was hell in a handbag, essentially. It was hot as fucking balls, which thank God it's not in the middle of summer this year. It's in the winter months. And there was just so many people. We didn't get to do everything we wanted to do. There were other people we wanted to see. We didn't get to see them. We only got to talk to the Destination Fear crew, aka Project Fear crew, for like 3 minutes. And we had waited.
Bye.
Yeah. 3 minutes.
We only did that because we were like, oh, well, we can come back.
We thought we could come back, and we also were like, the line was so long, our whole thought process is also that we don't want to take time away from other people seeing them and talking to them. So yeah, we were literally like, we're like, hi, take some pics, bye.
The whole thing was just kind of for us. And then the vendors like that were there, it's the same thing every time you go to a convention. The food vendors were not great. So we were just kind of not feeling it again, but we were thinking about possibly giving it a chance considering it's a different time of year and we experienced it once, so we think we can handle it again.
Well, that and they are doing 2 days this year instead of 1.
Oh, yeah, that's true. 2 days.
But now also to keep in mind too, the hotels are booked. We waited too long. So there's that too. And shit's expensive, man, because I live in like the middle of fucking Bufu nowhere. So flying for me at the bare minimum is going to be $600.
God,
jeez. Every time. I would like to say thank you so much, Rachel, for coming in and just being a natural and just, acting like you're just one of us.
Well, this was my first ever podcast, like, ever. So thanks for having me and bearing with me in how to podcast.
Says you, bearing with you. No, thank you for bearing with us.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, thanks for putting up with our fucking chaos and, all the behind the scenes shit that other people don't hear. Hopefully your opinions, like I said, didn't change. You've said they haven't, so we'll just leave it there.
Yeah.
No, thanks for accepting me. I appreciate it.
We love you, bitch.
We thank you.
We love you.
I'm stop loving you, bitch.
I'm gonna stop loving you. Very glad you were our first guest, Rachel. This was great.
Yeah, this was awesome.
Anytime.
Yeehaw.
I can go hide in my closet and record anytime.
Open.
So next week, next Sunday, the 23rd, our next guest is going to be Drew. Yay! Drew, we love you. We love you, Drew.
We love you.
Super excited for that.
Woo.
We will be posting this week's contest on Monday, so keep a lookout for that. Don't really have a time, just gonna wing it whenever we feel like it, you know. We all have jobs and stuff, so it's kind of when you get a second. Hey viewers, let us know, how did this episode fare compared to the rest? Because we changed up our game plan and I don't think it's going well.
No.
Yeah.
Guess I don't know if we should record late at night anymore.
Sorry, it's my fault. Sorry.
To win the contest, all you have to do is answer the question, be the first one to answer the question. That's all you gotta do. DM us, don't give it away for everybody else. First person that DMs us the proper answer to whatever question we decide to ask will be the following week's guest.
Woohoo!
Poor Mads. All these technical difficulties, she's over it. So let's get out of here before it's not even sleeping bitchy, it's just technical bitchy.
Yeah.
I would like to say one thing before we go. Thank you guys for listening. We love you. We appreciate you. You guys are awesome. Your support means the absolute world to us.
Every time I get a DM or a comment about the podcast, it just makes my heart swell. And I truly am overjoyed and over the moon. And if I don't seem that way in the response you get from me in our DMs, it's because I just am genuinely shocked and I don't know how to reply. I'm not good at taking compliments. But I do appreciate you. I do love you. We do thank you. And like Jamie said, your support means the world to us. Also, I'm pretty sure Madeline would agree with all of this. She's not really talking that much anymore because, like we said, she's having technical difficulties. Kind of sounds like a robot.
A sexy robot.
Yeah, sexy robot.
Sexy robot.
Hopefully. I mean, not hopefully. I know she does agree with us. So she dittos everything we just said.
Yes.
Hey, 11 p.m. Perfect time to end this. Alrighty. Join us next week for the third location of Project Fear. Goodbye, babes.
Bye, babes.
Bye, babes.
That was beautiful. And it
That
came
actually
true.
sounded perfect for me.
It did. I'm glad everybody's going to hear that.
Yes.
P.S. Here's a P.S. for the whole fucking podcast. I'm going to get real close and weird with this. P.S. Connor and Riley, we love you so fucking much. Thank you for all your support and listening. Thank you for listening and thank you for continuing to listen. And yes, I just am blown away and we love you.
We love you.
We love you.
Mwah.
There's a kiss.
Fucking
Mwah.
kiss again. God dang
Come on,
it,
Jade.
guys. What?
Come on,
I
Jay, you
don't
can do
want-
it.
I don't
Jamie,
like it.
do it for
But I don't
Connor. Do it for Connor and Riley.
I love you guys.
Kiss.
Mwah.
Boogie, are you beatboxing
Maybe.
again?
Oh, I'm
Yes.
sorry. Boom. Fucking sort of half-assed. Nailed it.
Did we nail it? Probably.
We did our best.
I hope we did.
ASMR.
Nailed it. Nailed it. And bring it back to Buzz Lightyear. To infinity and